Do you love your mother? Do you hate your mother? I think the relationship between a child and their mom is very unique. I mean, this is a person that we lived inside of for 9 months, right? So I think the relationship between a mother and a child, it's just very interesting. My name is Aziza Kibibi. I'm a published author, an activist, a chef, and a mother, which is the topic that I want to speak about today. I was recently on Evil Lives Here on Investigation Discovery, and it told some of the story of my life growing up being molested, raped, and physically abused by my biological father, MTV Music Video Award-winning director Aswad Ayinde. He directed Killing Me Softly and The Cowboys and One Mic for the Fugees. Now, if you don't know who the Fugees are, just look up Lauryn Hill, Wyclef Jean, Proswell. They were the Fugees. They were really big and really hot in the late 90s, early 2000s. So my father was building up this huge music video directing career, and a lot of people didn't know that he was molesting and raping me. And over the years, I've had 4 children for him. Now, some of that was depicted on the show Evil Lives Here on Investigation Discovery, complete with dramatization. I mean, even the guy that played my father, they did a very good job, let's put it like that. But since I was on the show, it's been replaying. I've been on other television shows even before that. And one thing a lot of people have always asked me, as someone that was molested by their father from age 8 to being raped, brainwashed, beaten, a life threatened until they were 24 years old, where was my mom? My mom was in the house while everything was going on. She knew what was going on. I would say for probably about 2 years that my father was molesting me, she didn't know. But then she was made aware by him and one of his girlfriends that he was molesting and also having intercourse with me. I can't speak for her frame of mind during that period. To a degree, I don't understand why she would allow for something like that happening to her daughter to continue. I know as an activist and as someone who counsels other women that have survived abuse, the mental state of an abused woman, I don't think anyone can really understand unless they were in that woman's shoes. So while I witnessed and I was there for moments that we probably could have escaped, the lack of security, I guess, that she felt in herself and in those on the outside that may have helped her, clearly that was a factor in making her stay with my father in spite of what he was doing to me. A lot of people who reach out to me ask, why was my mother not charged? Why did she get away? Why didn't the police arrest her? Why wasn't she put behind bars? And though every state has some differences when it comes to their laws pertaining to an adult who knowingly witnesses child molestation and does not report it, in New Jersey, especially during the 80s, during that time, things weren't as clear-cut as they are now. Even when my case went to court against my father in 2013, things weren't as clear-cut as they are now. I remember it being a challenge for the prosecutor developing a case because At the time that the abuse was reported, I was an adult. So there was questions of why I did not report during. A lot of people ask me about that too. And, you know, for this video, I want to focus on my mother and why she wasn't charged. I will definitely do a video about that in the future. So please hit that subscribe button so you can be notified if you are interested. So you can be notified on when I post the video about me once I reach adulthood, not escaping or not being able to get away from the abuse that my father was inflicting on me and the rest of my family. But in my mom's case, going back to the laws, to New Jersey state laws, we are in New Jersey, even the statute of limitations of when a person can report child molestation changed from 5 years to no statute of limitations. So I really encourage everyone to, whether you're a survivor or not, it's just good knowledge to have. I'll link it down below. We have a link through my nonprofit organization, Precious Little Ladies, where you can actually check to see what is the statute of limitations in your state for reporting abuse. Then there was the fact that my mother was still married to my dad. She had been married to him for, at the time, I believe it was 25 years at the time. And there are things that surround a wife testifying against their husband. So one aspect of why my mother was not charged for standing on the sidelines and allowing her daughters to be raped and molested by this man was that in exchange for her testimony against my father, in exchange for the details of what happened from her perspective as a witness, the prosecutor decided to not charge her. She actually was read her rights. She was read her Miranda rights, but in the end, it seemed it was more important to get my father put away because of the complications of the entire case, my age, the fact there were so many children that I had for him. There was going to be some challenges with proving beyond reasonable doubt that my father had committed crimes of lewdness with a child, sex with a minor, actual abuse, coercion. You know, he was charged, I think, with 75 charges, 75 different charges that the prosecutor had to prove that he committed these crimes. And her as an adult witness, because of course, when I was a child, the only people that knew were me and him for a long period of time, for about a year. Then he brought his girlfriend in. Now she was charged. She testified against my father as well as a witness, but because she was not married to him, that was easier to get. But she was charged with child abuse and she served 5 years in jail. My father abused, I think, about 50% of the women that he was intimately involved with. So I'm not making any excuses for my mother. And a lot of people do judge. They go into the comments, they email me, they say that my mother should have went to jail as well. And I mean, maybe realistically, maybe she should have, because essentially someone in her state of mind at the time technically shouldn't be allowed around children. But now it's different. She was also abused, not an excuse, but fear plays a huge role in a person staying with an abusive partner. Gaslighting. insecurities. I mean, the mental chains as someone being abused, you really can't fathom or understand. Self-doubt, your own sense of self-worth. We're not even talking about, oh, well, I don't know what my value is, as far as like, I don't feel like, most people feel like they have some value. They have some sense of worth. But when you are abused and you are oppressed by someone close to you that you're supposed to love, that you do love, that's another thing. Love and fear together is to me, is like hellfire to put those two things together. You are in love with someone and you fear them. Shoot, that's makings for like slave mind, zombie mind. So it is what it is. And I don't know how else more to explain it. I have tried to encourage her to explain it for herself, but she's embarrassed. She's ashamed. Wouldn't you be? Wouldn't you feel that way? So, that's the answer to the question. Why my mother did not do anything to protect me. For maternal instinct, as far as her maternal instinct, I'm not really sure. I don't know why. I can't really answer why she didn't get punished there. I just told you why she didn't get punished, why she didn't go to jail. Look, and I will put some links down in the notes as well. The laws, the justice system, the legal system, trust. It is not the easiest thing to navigate, and there are so many loopholes. So there it is. That's all I could say. So for all of those who asked me that question, I hope that this video answers your question. If you want any more details, definitely say so in the comments, and I will go over it and try to compile something that's a little, I guess, I don't know how much else to explain it. I'm Aziza Kibibi, and if you enjoyed this video, please definitely like it and share. I think it's really important that whenever these kind of conversations are had, if they're recorded, they need to be shared. If an article is written, they need to be shared, because a lot of people they don't understand. A lot of people don't understand. There's a lot of misunderstandings. And so many people right now these days, they look to memes as the news, and it's just not. So, try to be a little more understanding, educate yourself. I hope that these videos help to do that. And see you next time. Be blessed, for you are a blessing. Bye.